What's up, guys? If you hear a whole bunch of wind noise and stuff, that's because I have a fan right on me. It's like 98 degrees and it's like 60% humidity. But anyways, so what I'm gonna do, I got the mounts off of Amazon for about 12 bucks a piece. Here they are in here. DEA mounts. Alright, so first thing you want to do, this one is pretty good already, but you want to get rid of that rubber in between the spaces. It's just like a real thin rubber from the mold. So what you're going to do, just get the knife. Be careful, of course, because it's a knife. And just as much as possible, cut it out as much as possible. Now, of course, you might not be having the same mounts. It might be a different car, everything. But yeah, you might not even have this little bit of rubber in there. I would recommend doing this on new mounts. I wouldn't say trying to repair an old mount or anything. I mean, come on, it's just, I mean, these were 12 bucks. Alright, so after you do that, if your mount has a little bit like paint on here, just try to start scraping it off. I do it with a knife like this. It's just the top layer you're getting rid of. And the reason why you're doing this is because you're going to create a bond between the polyurethane and the rubber. You don't want the paint to not let the polyurethane connect to grab on to the rubber. Alright, this one doesn't really seem to have much on it, so I'm just going to go ahead and just go over it real quick. Even if your mount doesn't have paint on it, you still want to rough it up a little bit just so it has a little bit of bite to it for the polyurethane. Alright, so next what I'm going to do, I'm going to go wash these in the sink with dish soap. The reason why I'm going to use dish soap is because dish soap doesn't have any like additives like waxes or anything. And it's just going to get rid of all the grease and everything, all the little particles of the paint and everything off of it. And then after that, make sure you let them dry real good. You don't want any water or anything on them. And just go ahead and tape up one of the backside. Just tape up the backside, and then I'm gonna start putting in the urethane through the holes. Alright guys, so next time you see them, they will already be washed and already be taped up, ready to go. So I covered up the backside of the mounts, and I'm not going to be filling up this part, because if I was to like even put like a stick or something and fill it up, I'm going to have clearance issues putting them on. So I'm not even going to touch that. So yeah, so I got it taped up. I'm just going to be cutting the the nozzle or the tip. I don't know if you can see that. The 3M Auto Glass Urethane Windshield Adhesive. I'll probably be putting links in the description below of the mounts, probably in the caulking gun and the 3M adhesive. And so you can just go ahead and click those and just buy it from there. And so how I'm going to do it, I'm only going to fill it up like 1/3, maybe even 1/4 of the way. And I'm going to let it dry for about 2 days. Depends on the temperature in your area. I'm going to leave them in the garage. You want to wait till they're solid and then keep filling it up until you finally fill it up to the very top. And again, each time you fill it up, wait about 2 days, check on it. You don't want the center to be to still be wet or to not even be cured yet before you keep adding on layers, or then it's going to take even longer to dry. Might even take about a month to dry. So you want to do this in like a week time frame, about 7 days time frame, but it just depends on your area, guys. So yeah, let me get started on it. Like I said, I'm only going to fill it up about 1/4 to 1/3 of the way. Depends how thick it's looking, you know. So yeah, just base it on your own judgment. Hopefully you have good judgment. And like I said, check on it every day or every 2 days and see if it's solid yet. And then if it is, keep adding on until you finally reach the top. And the way you want to do it is you want to go down to the very bottom to make sure you don't get any any air in between the mount, because you want it as solid as possible. Alright, if you can see, I don't know how good it is, but I just filled it up maybe about probably 1/3 of the way. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to let it dry. Like I said, you're going to do this in layers. Alright? Only filled it up maybe 1/3 of the way. And like I said, I'm gonna wait about 2 days. Almost forgot to mention, just put a screw or something inside of the tip and just wrap it up with like tape so it doesn't harden on you. And it's already hardened pretty nice. And so I'm gonna go ahead and fill it up probably about halfway. And you gotta really think about it. Well, not really think about it, but now you don't have a bottom to really to like have a place to dry, you know, like air come in through the bottom, because now it's sealed through the bottom with the polyurethane I already put. So you want to put a little bit thinner layer so it will still dry pretty fast. So I'm going to put it probably about like halfway, probably a little bit more than halfway. And yeah, so it'll dry in 2 days real good. And same thing, put it at the very bottom so you don't get air pockets. Alright, so this one was trickier, but yeah, I have it about more than halfway. I don't know if you can really see that. I know the lighting sucks in here. Alright, just installed the solid mounts. I don't know if you can hear it. Probably see them on my rearview mirror. It's shaking a lot. Not excessively. I can still see what's behind me, but you see it like waving on the camera. Looks kind of weird on camera. It's at 1,000 RPMs right now. It sounds pretty good. It's not too much vibrations compared to the other solid mounts that I had, which were the, I believe, 50A mounts that I made at home. And these are made with the 3M Windshield adhesive, polyurethane adhesive. Let's see how they hold up. And as you saw on the video, I tightened them up with some blue Loctite so I wouldn't lose the nut again.